Well, it's a very special day today, as we've mentioned at the start of the show. It is a very happy birthday to two of our main men on the channel, to Nino Podesta, who joins me to discuss the race card that I've got in front of me as well, racing at Fairview tomorrow, Polytrack meeting at Fairview, and also happy birthday to Neil Andrews. You guys, Nino, share your birthdays on the same day. Very happy birthday to you. How was the day?
Nico, thank you very much, and happy birthday to Neil. Yeah, I had a lovely day today. A friend of ex-trainer John McDonald. You know John, don't you?
I know John very well.
Yeah, we went out for lunch and a couple of drinks at the pub in Wilmington. So I had a fantastic day. Character and just laughing the whole day.
Absolutely. And the greatest thing about John McDonald, those people that might not know him, is he speaks in Cockney most of the time. And if you don't know what Cockney is all about, Google it, because there's a saying for everything, and he knows them all. In fact, when I phoned you to find out what time we were scheduled to do the show, and I got hold of him, and he mentioned one or two things, and I hadn't heard the sayings before, but you don't question him. You just have to look them up to see what they mean afterwards.
Yeah, correct. He knows them all, and he's a character, and a gentleman, a character, and you just don't stop laughing with him around.
Absolutely, very shrewd horseman. I'm going to let that balloon fly up. Get that out of the way. But happy birthday to you and to Neil. Let's just get the string out of the way. But also great celebrations today. Because of Royal Ascot. And Nina, I was just telling you, because you've been out the whole day, I sent a congratulatory note to Mary Slack because she had a winner at Royal Ascot today. Her horse Claymore, ridden by Adam Kirby and trained by Jane Chapelheim, who has had a sterling Royal Ascot. She won a race yesterday as well, beat the Queen's horse, trained by the Gosdens, ridden by Frankie Dettori, a horse called Reach for the Moon, who was 4-10. And wow. Mary's horse Claymore has come through at 7-1 to upstage the favorite by a good couple of lengths. 1 3/4 lengths was the winning margin in the Group 3 Hampton Court Stakes. So congratulations to Mary.
Yeah, absolutely. I unfortunately wasn't watching the racing today, but congratulations to Mary Slack, and very, very, very well done.
She replied to me saying that the feeling hadn't sunk in yet. I mean, to beat the Queen in the Queen's Platinum Jubilee year at Royal Ascot is something to behold. Unfortunately, she wasn't on the track, but I know there were some South Africans on the track, because I know Brett Crawford and his son James are there. The Careys are there. The Craig and Amanda Carey are there, and the Kieswetters are there. And I'm sure from a South African point of view, that they'll be celebrating long into the night at Royal Ascot, having had a South African connection to the winning horse of one of the races at Royal Ascot today.
Yeah, well, what can we say? It's augurs well for South African owners to have a winner at Royal Ascot. So,
yeah, well, it's a lifetime. It's a lifetime achievement, because, as you know, Mary has been in the game a long, long time, and it's a fantastic achievement. And I just wanted to mention it on the show before we get going. But we've got more issues to discuss regarding racing tomorrow. We're doing this on a Thursday evening because I jet off to Fairview tomorrow to call racing on the Polytrack. I'm looking forward to catching up again with Devon Pretorius, who is our new budding star down in the Eastern Cape. He'll be calling home a couple of races. I'll be doing most of them tomorrow. But what does the card look like? It's on the Polytrack. I'm glad to mention, actually, Nino, that the weather looks to be very good down in that part of the world tomorrow, with a maximum of 22 degrees. I'm looking forward to going there, because it's been freezing in Joburg. This morning, my car was iced up.
Yeah, you're not kidding, because it's freezing here in Cape Town as well. As I'm sitting here, it's absolutely freezing. So good for you that you're going to a warmer place tomorrow, Nico.
Well, Alton Webber's not riding. The track condition will be standard. I want to run through the card with you. Just the one scratching, folks, on the card in race 5, number 6, Magical Midlands, is a horse that's taken out of the day. And I'll be taking you through a couple of the other changes on the card. But let's go through it. I've got my race card in front of me. First race off pretty early, 12:15. The last race off at 4:15. So there are 8 races carded on your Friday, ahead of the weekend's racing after today's public holiday. Race 1 is a maiden juvenile plate for fillies. And here you're going for Emily Spirit ahead of Carbonado. We keep on going for this horse Carbonado, but they come out of the same form lines. And Emily Spirit has run twice against Carbonado and beaten her both times.
Yeah, Nico, absolutely. I think it's between the two. And as you rightly say, she's beaten him twice already. So no reason that she can't beat him again, but he's going to strip fitter tomorrow. So I expect him to be a little bit closer and give her a good run for her money. But hopefully that Emily Spirit can beat him again. I make him the only danger, and then the trifecta has to go the 3rd spot to number 8, 2 Farm. And 4th, I don't know. Keep an eye on the 2 unraced horses, but out of the race runners, maybe Glitterfox could be the one to fold the 4th, the end of the quartet.
Yeah, you might want to take a look at those first timers, see what the betting suggests, because obviously that happens on race day. So do take note. I think of the 3 actually in the race, double duty, because I see that owner is Dr. Ashley Parker, who bred her and has kept her back. So obviously didn't sell her, or for some reason she didn't get sold, and he's kept her back. So that'll be interesting to see how she goes tomorrow. Let's go to the second, which is a maiden handicap over 1,600 meters. In the second race of the day, number 2, Lily of Orange, has blinkers. By the way, I didn't tell you, but Emily Spirit has got blinkers on. Did you know that in the first race?
No, it doesn't show me yet. It's got,
yeah, so that is an update. Emily Spirit, they put the blinkers on Emily Spirit. That was declared earlier on this morning. Do you think that's going to help her?
Well, Nico, I don't know. She's never worn the blinkers, and I haven't seen her run, but she's still running over the 1,000. So there's no reason why you would put the blinkers on unless Greg Shin told him to put the blinkers on.
Yeah,
or maybe she needed.
She just stops late, so maybe she's looking around in the finish.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, our blinkers on her, and there's blinkers on number 2 in the second race, Lily of Orange, who I think we went for last time out.
Yeah, I did. We did go for Lily of Orange. It was a bit of a disappointing run. Now, race 2 is a bit of a trappy race. I'm going. I like the look of number 3, Nico, Gift of Giving. I thought it was a bit too far last time, the 1900, back over the 16. I think she's going to run a much better race. And obviously the danger has to be Wildest Dreams. She's now coming to form in PE after a while. And she'll be competitive. And then the horse to look at for improvement, I think, could be the ex-Cockles, Mansoria, the Silvano. So I'll make it between the 3, 4, and the 6, and obviously Lily of Orange got a bit of a shout. Those are the 4 horses for me.
Okay, 3, 4, 6, and 2 for Nino in the second. Let's move into the third race, which is the start of the pick 6. This is another maiden handicap over a mile, runs at 1:20. In the third race, number 1, McTavish. The cheek pieces come off, the blinkers go on, but a tongue tie also goes on number 1, McTavish. So those are the changes for the 1. Number 3, Joe Harmon, has blinkers only. Number 8, Alma's Tower, has alamites. Number 10, I'm in Charge, has a compression mask. Joe Harmon, still in the maidens.
Yeah, he is, and I'm actually not even tipping him, Nico. He's been very, very disappointing. But this is a trappy race, and that's a kind of horse that could spring up on us when we least expect it. So
yeah,
there's so many horses here with chances. McTavish ran not a bad race first time on the turf. We'll see how he goes on the poly. Trump's Express also been very disappointing, but he's gained the extra distance now, and being out of Duke of Marmalade could very well enjoy it. I think he could be a runner. Joe Harmon, very disappointing, but this is a kind of a race that he could win. King of Love has got a chance. Chasing Cheaters. I'm a little bit interested in number 6, this Dynasty horse with Richard Fourie. I think that could be a major improver in this kind of a race. Broadway at let's see what price. Broadway at 10-1. Gee, what a price!
I'll tell you something about him.
10-1.
Actually. Let me tell you something about him. He only had a couple of starts here in Joburg. He used to be with, I think, Forbes, Lazan Forbes.
It was with Forbes in Durban. It was either
Durban
Forbes
originally. Then it moved over to Farney Bronkhorst. He had a couple of starts, but he was a good-looking horse. He just couldn't put it together. But he's had one run down there for Zietsman, finishing 7th, 8 lengths back. But that was over 1,200 meters, and I think he needs a trip. So you might well be onto something with Broadway here.
Yeah, it could be, Nick, a very trappy race. Even though there's only 10 horses, I think that only maybe 8 and 10 are the only 2 that don't have a chance.
Yeah.
The rest have all got chances here.
Yeah, it looks like a minefield, that one, and it is a maiden handicap. You also mentioned Chasing Cheaters, you've tipped for 4th. That has a chance too. So not an easy contest there. You're advised to play wide. Let's move into the 4th race of the day now. Race 4 is a Pinnacle Stakes off at 5-2. It's over a mile. We're going to go through your selection now, but just to let you know that number 1, Christopher Robin, has a Cornell collar. Cornell collar fitted to Christopher Robin. Your numbers here in the order 3, 5, 4, 2. So you're going for Grazing in the Grass to beat Jaeger Moon, both very talented individuals.
Yeah, they are, Nico, and Grazing in the Grass. I think that's going to be my best bet on the card. I'm going to take a stand. I'm going to banker it in everything, in all my bets. And he was finishing strongly last time. He loves this course and distance. He's got Richard Fourie, 1,600, perfect distance, draw not so bad. He comes from the back, and I think he'll win the race. And the quartets, I can only see Momodasi, Jaeger Moon, and Eruditus running behind him. So that would be a nice quartet for the people to catch tomorrow.
Okay, I remember calling Grazing in the Grass 3 runs back when it beat Mamara C. That day, Grazing in the Grass was 59.5, so it's up 1.5. Mamara C was 62, so it carries level. So there is a slight turnaround in weights, but Grazing in the Grass did win very, very comfortably that time round. And yeah, it looks like the main principles there will fight out the finish of race number 4, according to Nino anyway. Race 5 is a middle stakes race at 2:30. It's over 1,900 meters. Let's quickly tell you in race 5 that we don't have any changes here at the moment. Race 5 is clear, just that scratching, as I mentioned earlier. Number 6, Magical Midlands, comes out. So if I turn to that page, it's over 1,900 meters. You're going for number 10, Irish Rain, who you tipped last win. Tabito, number 7, Assured, number 5, Jacob's Ladder, and then number 2, Waiting for Summer.
Yeah, that's the order that I'm tipping in, but with the scratching of Magical Midlands, this race has been thrown wide open, Nico, and I just like the way that Irish Rain won last time, drawn 14 out of 16 over the course and distance, and now with Richard Fourie up, I think she could be a major player. I do believe that Assured, Jacob's Ladder, Waiting for Summer could chase her home. And then Barak, I don't know about Barak.
What about Barak? What about Barak?
Sure.
I mean, is this first run in the Eastern Cape, Barak?
Well, I have included him in the bipot, so I just didn't find a place for him in the first 4. But he's definitely got to be included in the exotic.
You're right. He does have to be included. He's definitely talented.
And yeah, I just think they got the betting wrong. Yeah, I don't like the favorite here, number one, you know who. A 3-year-old carrying 60 kilos against these hard knockers.
Yeah.
I could be wrong. I cannot see it win, but maybe that also needs to be included for larger permutations.
Okay.
You've got to remember, Nico, that last week, I know people fancied a horse called Peace in Our World, right? That came out of the Cholima run. Now, you know who also comes out of that run, but he ran 13 lengths behind Cholima. Peace in Our World ran second behind Cholima, and I think it ran way back last time behind Flower of Saigon.
Yeah.
So I think that's betting. I wouldn't be rushing taking this price about you know who, 3-1.
All right. Okay. Point made as we move into race 6. Race 6 is off at 3:05. It's a fillies and mares 78 handicap over the 1900-meter trip. Let's have a look and see what's happening in race 6. Race 6, the changes are few and far between. So not much happening in terms of the changes here. It looks like it's pretty much as it is in the card. So going on to your selection, your numbers here are 5, 2, 6, and 3 for race number 6. And if I just can get to the right page here, you're going for To The Max, who you've tipped as your value for the day, but it's not the best price in the world. I think it's about 9-2, somewhere in that region.
Yeah, Nico, I couldn't find a value bet on the score. That's a very, very trappy card, and there's no sanctity. Now, you know, we tipped sanctity last week as
Absolutely
a value bet.
Brilliant. Yeah, well, I tweeted about it on Friday night.
Yeah.
You got a huge price about that. It ended up only paying, I think, 19 Rand to win on the tote, was it?
Yeah, I don't know what it paid on the tape, but what I'm saying is that I couldn't find the horse. There might be one in the last, which I'll speak to you about now. But yeah, you know, I think at what 92, 5-1 To The Max. I think that I definitely think it will run in the first 3. I mean, it's had 2 runs in PE. Last time won well, beating Tamil Tiger. It's won over the distance in Durban. I think it's run over 2,000 meters in Durban on the Poly, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, it has. It has.
Right. So I don't think the distance is going to be any problem. I think it's the kind of horse that's improving all the time in PE. And it's going to be a major player. And the only other horse that I like is number 2, Ideal Angel. Those are the 2 for me. After that, Nippy Sweetie, Princess of Fire could maybe cause a big upset. Vision on Ice was beaten 2 1/4 lengths by Ideal Angel. And let's just quickly see. He goes up 3.5. Vision of Ice goes up 1.5. 2 kilos better off. That will bring him a bit closer to Ideal Angel. And who else? And I really can't see anything else. Maybe Mayfern. But Nico, for me, To The Max and Ideal Angel to fight it out.
5 and 2 for Nino there, race 6. Race 7 is a Pinnacle Stakes race over 1,000 meters. It runs at 20-4. Let's just have a look to see any changes here. No, it's also clear. Race 7 as carded. Inherit the Rain is your selection for Alan Creff and Greg Sheen. To beat him, What a Winner and Vista Nova. So you're going for Alan Creff to win here. Inherit the Rain.
Yeah, drawn 1, Greg Sheen. You know, Nico, I would have preferred it if it was a 12. I would have labeled this horse. If this was a 1,200, I would have labeled it. But it has run over the 1,000 on the Poly, and I think it's a close horse in the field. I think the only dangers are What a Winner and Vista Nova. So, but I am taking another chance in this leg, and I'm going to banker Inherited the Rain in the pick 6. I'm bankering Grazing in the Grass and Inherit the Rain.
Okay, so Inherit the Rain is the horse for Nino here. 2 from 3, 9, and 10. The last race at 4:15 is a merit rated 74 handicap over 1,200 meters. Final race of the day. You are And noting here, number 12, Jaguar Cat is ridden by apprentice Mkoli. Pillar Sunday claims 1.5 kilograms. And number 3, Undisclosed, Alamites in front, Unshod behind. Final race of the day, Nino. You're tipping Duke of Orange, number 5, to win this race.
Nico, I'm tipping that to win it, but I am not very confident of that. The horse has been running well. He won a very good race last time over 1300, drawn 13 out of 16. He's got a better draw, but he drops in distance, which might be a problem. The horse that I wanted to tip as a value bet was number 14, Louvain. I like the look of this horse tomorrow, Nico. I really do. I think this horse is ready to run a big race. He's had the 2 warm-ups since coming from Joburg, 2 lengths behind Pam's Princess and 3 lengths behind Buttercup. I really believe if he's ready to run a big race at a big price, Nico. So that would be one to include in all bets. And then, I mean, you got horses like Tuck Tuck, won a good race on the Poly with a blink when they put the blinkers back on last time. And what else did I tip? Altoria Lake could cause an upset as well. And then I see there's money for number 2, the ex-Peter horse, which maybe I think would be too sharp for 1200. I don't know what you think.
It looks too sharp. I mean, 1200, it looks too sharp for a Bleu Jeu. Definitely looks sharp, and especially from that draw too. So,
and your second favorite. And then there's also money for Raining Again. I know Richard Paulie has opted to ride the 8 instead of there's another horse run now, Travay. But this is a maiden winner, and he's drawn 17. Gee, he's going to have to be very good to follow up from his maiden win. But all in all, very open, and we're going to have to go wide here.
Yeah, as you see there, it is one of those races where there are lots and lots of potential banana skins. And 5, 10, 15, 14 is the way that Nino is seeing the last race of the day. I think that is it as far as the changes are concerned as well. Right, time to move on to the all-important numbers in your bipot. Nino has worked out a bipot for you. How much are you spending, Nino?
What is this, 120, Nico? I think it's some very difficult legs of the bipot.
Okay, so 120 Rand. You've got a banker to open up the card. So take us through your 6 legs of the bipot for 120 for a full unit.
Okay, so the first leg, banker Emily Spirit. Second leg, 3 Gift of Giving, Wildest Dreams, number 4, and number 6 Munseria. Third leg, 2, 4, 5, and 6, which is Trump's Express. 4 King of Love, 5 Chasing Cheetahs, and number 6 Broadway. Then you banker Grazing in the Grass. Next leg, I'm putting in 2 Waiting for Summer, 3 Barack, 5 Jacob's Ladder, 7 Assured, and I'm putting in number 10 Irish Rain. And the last leg, number 2 and 5, Ideal Angel and To the Max. Okay, that's my bipod.
That'll cost you 120 Rand. Yeah.
Hopefully
let's hope it arrives, and a few times too. The best bet of the day is race 4, number 3, Grazing in the Grass at 5 to 2. The value bet we mentioned at 9 to 2 on a Thursday night is race 6, number 5, To the Max. And that will wrap it up for the preview for the Friday Quebec meeting. It is on the Polytrack, and we thank Nino for his time, especially seeing as it was his birthday today, spending time on analysing the card for us and joining us here on Clocking the Gallop. We've got racing over the weekend again, racing on Saturday and Sunday. And now the big news next week will be the announcement of the final field for the Hollywood Bet Durban July, as well as the draws and the gallops. That's all happening during the course of the next 7 days. Let's find out in the mind of Nino Podesta. I don't know if you watched our show that I did yesterday. If you haven't, make sure you have a look at the show with some really shrewd experts. Graham Hawkins involved, Michael Wanklin involved, Jay August, Neil and myself had a long discussion about not only which draws horses would really like to be coming out of, not the same for every particular horse. Then we were talking about the jockey arrangements and the jockey bookings and who's riding which horse. We were talking about the draws, as I said, we were talking about the money, we were talking about all sorts of things. And we eventually gave our viewers an inkling as to what we thought. And I tell you what, no one agreed with me as to what I think. I had a very different opinion to the other guys, and I don't think too many people agreed with each other. So it really is that kind of Durban July this year.
Yeah, it looks like a very competitive Durban July. I'm hearing different horses from different people. So probably, and no, I haven't watched that show, Nico. I've seen it posted on YouTube, but I haven't watched it. So I don't know what your view is. So I wouldn't be able to.
What are you involved? Have you been backing horses anti-post, or are you the type of guy that waits for the field to be announced and then have a go?
Yeah, I think I'll wait nearer to the time, and if I am going to take a bit, because I keep on studying, and also, you end up liking different horses. But Pomp and Power has been withdrawn, I believe.
Has it?
Yeah. I heard that it's going to be withdrawn.
No, I haven't heard that news. I think that may be a rumor circulating, but I don't know about that, Nino.
Okay, there must be a rumor.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's such a difficult race. I'm leaning at the moment towards a safe passage. I don't know what you mentioned on the show.
Yeah, so I thought Mike de Kock's got a very, very strong hand in the race. There's been a lot of talk about sparkling water in the past week or so. People are talking about that. You mentioned Pomp and Power. I haven't heard those rumors, but I do know that he is fancied to run a big race. Safe Passage won such a good race in the Daily News. There's lots. There's Comedy Ding. People seem to have forgotten about Comedy Ding. He comes into the race. There's Linebacker, who's got a chance in the race. And then there's the horse that I mentioned as well, Aragosta, who now gets the chance, the ride of Warren Kennedy in the race. So a very, very interesting all-round discussion that we have on the show, which will firm up our selections. By this time next week, you'll be able to give me your 1, 2, 3, 4 and write it in stone.
I will try, Nico, but I think this is going to be one of the most difficult Julys to pick a winner, because I can say that maybe I don't think Do It Again will do it again. But you know what? You never know. You never can tell. And Piastrada's got a ride on Bulgarian.
Yes, he rides Bulgarian, who had that comeback run down in Cape Town. What did you make of that run?
I thought it ran a very good race. The run before that needed the run, but it ran an excellent run when it ran second. I believe it ran second. I can't remember who beat it, but it wasn't a top field, Nico. So, and I know the horse had some kind of problem which Justin is trying to sort out. So we'll see about that one. But it's very competitive July this year.
Absolutely. Well, we're looking forward to seeing what happens with lots more news coming through in the next week about the draws, final jockey choices, and eventually who's actually going to end up scratching their horse ahead of because the panel can only choose 18 horses with 2 reserves. And at the moment, they're double that. There are 36 horses left in. So the panel will have to whittle those down to a field of 18 runners, and there'll be a few disappointing camps come Tuesday, Wednesday next week.
Just be careful. One horse that has impressed me, and if it is supplemented in the July, is a horse called Airway Laws.
Yes, it was supplemented in. It was supplemented on Monday.
It was. If that gets a run in there, Nico, geez, that horse has got a turn of foot, and I
Yeah.
think that could be a major lurker in that field.
Okay, I think there'll be a few people wanting to take you a few coffees on that. But we'll leave that for the coffee brigade to come on board. Nino, enjoy what's left of your birthday. You've only got a few hours left, but thanks so much for joining us on Clocking the Gallop ahead of Friday's racing. And we'll chat again next week. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Nico. All the best. A pleasure. It's only a pleasure.
Thank you. Nino Podesta talking to us about Fairview Polytrack racing on Friday, the 17th of June.
Sure.